Hello, welcome back, my beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to Good Morning with me, Misti B. Now today in the studio, I have a very interesting dynamic duo. But before I introduce them, I want to ask you guys a question. Have you ever felt like you were on a repeat cycle in your life? I define a repeat cycle as being on a hamster wheel, and I feel like I'm creating the same cycles over and over, and I'm ready to get off that wheel. But the proper term for it is inflection points. When was the last time you looked in the mirror, and yes, we talked about mirrors before, but looked in the mirror and did some self-assessments and said to yourself, I may need to improve in this area or that area. Today's guests are going to talk about an event, and guess what? They do not call it a conference, okay? So do not refer to it as a conference or you might get your hand chopped off, but it's an experience, and it's for men and women. They have a section for the women, which is called Women's Inflection Points, and they have a section for the man. It's called a Mancave. And it sounds like you're gonna get some of the usual things that you would expect in a man cave. Stay right here with me. We are going to be right back after this break to learn more about this experience that's happening this weekend.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $319 a month. The new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $399 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase either and enjoy 1.9% APR for 60 months plus bonus cash. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter Cadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, my beautiful love bugs. I am in the studio with Miss C. Renee and Mr. Julius Cartwright. They are hosting an experience this weekend, okay? Let's talk about it. C. Renee, now give me the proper name of the experience.
The proper name is Women's Inflection Point.
Mancave.
Mancave experience.
No, don't leave us out.
You only remembered your part. Wait,
Yes.
Women's Inflection Point Mancave experience.
That's
Can you
fine.
imagine what that experience
I
is
was
like?
giving him the opportunity to do his own, but I was supposed to say that is too funny.
That's okay.
I didn't
So
think about it. I didn't think about
It's
it.
okay.
What is a women's inflection point? Wait, women's inflection point. What is that?
Okay, the Women's Inflection Point is we create experiences. An environment for people to get to a point where when you realize that what's happening in your life, you are not completely fulfilled. There are things that we know that we should be doing that we don't do. And we try to figure out, why am I not feeling completely fulfilled? Well, we create this environment based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And there's a pyramid. And we try to get everyone to that top self-actualization, which is full potential, reaching your full potential. So many of us never reach our full potential, and then we can't figure out why. So this platform is designed to be the catalyst with our coaches and our partners in order to help you figure out what that next step is. What is it that I could do to change the trajectory of my future in order to be successful?
Awesome. Okay.
And so we spend a lot of time figuring out how to do that.
Ooh, it sounds like looking in the mirror. Is that some mirror work? That's what it sounds like.
You gotta be willing to look in the mirror and accept what you see.
So, and it's looking in the mirror without lashes and lipstick, right? Ooh, that sounds tough. The real deal. Right. The real deal. Gotta see what I look like I woke up like this. Oh, okay. Julius, okay, so tell me, I'm assuming that you are over the man cave experience. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, I'm going to tell you, when I think about man caves, I think about garage, lots of men, cigars, music is
No, you're
Okay.
spot on. The whole man cave conception is men actually being able to get in a space or an environment where they can enjoy sports or the cigars or what have you. In Cleveland, there's a lot of people that do it in their basements.
Okay.
They call it the man cave, so they get together and do sporting events where they can just kind of cut off from the family and everybody to kind of get into what they need to get into. So the man cave experience, what we want to do is kind of empower people to maximize their potential, right? And we know most people only use 10% of their brain, and most people are not at capacity in terms of what they're capable of doing. So we try to do that by providing spiritual nuggets, information on money. Most men are inspired by money and business because that's what's important to them. But also to get them to learn how to network, where they can engage each other, create relationships, and start to foster things to go to the next level. And then the big thing is health, because we know men typically in general don't adhere to their health like women do. So we always have someone there speaking on health, nutrition, diet, exercise, and stuff like that. And of course we add the other ancillary things like fatherhood and mentoring young men to make sure that we are moving in the right direction.
Okay. So who came up with this experience?
I think it's
That was you came up with the experience.
You don't want to take credit, see, Renee? What's going on?
well, there's so many conversations.
Okay.
And you get these, brainstorming ideas, and then you have someone that starts to push you, and then it just kind of melts and all together. So it initially was the women's side of it.
Okay.
And then, some people then decide that, well, when they're not involved, it's like, okay, well, you're doing some things and you're having this event. Do I attend? Can I attend? I was like, well, if it's all women, no. And so out of that birth, well, men play such an important role in women's lives, fathers, brothers, in all sorts of ways. So I thought this would be an opportunity, because they have some of the same desires of reaching goals and fulfilling goals. This would be a great opportunity that couples can come together, married folks can come together, or, separately, but that we can empower both to strengthen the relationships. And we have a really strong focus on relationships.
I love that. And not just
And
romantic
developing.
relationships like sister, brother,
Absolutely.
I love the different
Just
dynamics.
how do you function in life? How do you engage with people? Because you need people in order to get, a lot of times when you don't get there by yourself.
You don't.
So if you have, when you decide and figure out what you should be doing, you're probably going to have to do that with some people.
I like that.
You're going to have people somewhere in the process.
I can't lie to you. I was one of those people. I thought I could do a lot of it alone.
Oh.
Don't make fun of
yeah.
me. I was in my 20s. I was young.
No, we all had that experience.
At 39, absolutely not. I need help. Who want to help me? Anybody?
That's one of the reasons that the platform came into existence. It's almost a mirror of my own journey and my own life. Don't really need anybody, don't need anything, can do it by myself, single mom, don't need a dad. Okay, now I'm single, I can do this. I can totally do this. And then down the road, you realize there are some things that you really cannot do, even though you may not be ready to accept that because you feel that you can, and you continue to try to overcome and prove that you can do all these things. But the reality is, when you peel it all back, you can't do it as effectively.
Superwoman does not exist. Like
right.
Superman, he doesn't either, right? How many years have you got?
He does exist, but no. But
Wait. Hold on, Julius. Wait 1 minute. Superman exists and he can do everything. Not Superman, not Clark. No.
That's what I
Clark
meant.
Kent.
That's what I was talking about, Clark Kent.
Really? Okay. But how many years have you guys been doing this event?
Oh, we started in 2018.
Okay.
Thought about it. Finally took the plunge. Had a great event in 2018. I quit 1,000 times. Promise I would never do it again. And then you get
That's
someone,
the life of a business owner.
Total.
Yes.
And a lot of our attendees are small business owners and entrepreneurs. So it's a great experience for them as well. But when you have someone that comes to you at the end of an event, when you're exhausted, you've cried in secret, you've quit 1,000,000 times, you don't feel like you've been a success, and people come to you with tears in their eyes and tell you how great the experience and how much they needed the moment, then you find yourself doing it again.
Okay,
Yes.
y'all.
And again and again and again and again. And you go through that same process. You quit 20 times. You say you're not going to do it. You ask yourself why. But that's the why. If you can just touch one person's life to make a difference, like a genuine difference. And then we didn't want to do this just to have another event. There are tons of events that people can go to. A lot of people are focusing on the same thing. So we wanted to know, what could we do differently?
So what does make you different? That's a good point.
Well, I think
Julius,
I'll let him
Well, and I just want to chime in on the other piece that she mentioned. Again, it started out as the women's conference and a men's track. So couples could come and individual men could also participate as well. And then I thought about it and said, we need to probably make it a man cave experience, because man cave is something that's going to catch guys as opposed to a men's track inside of a women's conference. They're not going to probably feel comfortable with attending. But what makes us different, I would say, is it's a combination of things, because we've been able to tie things such as
Wait, hold on. I want you to hold that thought. We have to go to break really quickly.
Okay,
Hold
sure.
that thought, but I want to hear what makes you guys different, okay?
All right.
All righty. We are going to be right back after this break, guys.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac with the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection with standard third row seating for just $459 a month for 39-month lease with only $1 down. Or purchase and receive 1.9% APR for 60 months plus $2,500 bonus cash. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Test drive the new 2021 Escalade today at Ron Carter Cadillac.
Smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter Cadillac.com.
I'm a part of the prenatal care club now, taking all my STD tests.
Did you know your doctor's required by law to test you 3 times for syphilis and HIV?
Yes, my husband and I are making sure I get all 3 tests.
Good. Testing is the key to preventing congenital syphilis.
And good prenatal care is your first labor of love.
Glad to hear your husband is so involved.
Thank you. Yes, taking all my STD tests for syphilis is important to both of us. My prenatal promise is to prevent a stillbirth or miscarriage. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back. I'm still in the studio with Julius Cartwright and Misti Renee. Now, Julius, before we went to break, you were telling me about this man cave experience and what makes you guys different.
Well, I think that's a very good question, and there's a lot of things that make us different. Number one is the shortness of our experience. So we have a welcome reception on Friday, and then we go all day Saturday from 8 to 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So it's not a 2, 3, 4 day conference that could keep people out of their workflow and their daily routine. Renee kind of coined it as a staycation, as a way for you to shut down in your own city, check into the hotel, come to have that experience with us, and just leave everything outside of the actual experience and come in and enjoy. And then the third thing I would say is the age differential in terms of what we have. We may have people as young as 16 and as old as 75 at our events. So it's that variety, and everybody walks away with some nuggets.
So, Julius, I like sports. Can I come to the man cave during the experience?
I'm afraid we have to respectfully decline.
I love his answer, though. Respectfully decline.
You're certainly not the first woman that tried to come in. When we did the first one here, we had a guy come in and talk about cryptocurrency, and a lot of the women said, "Oh, I wanted to learn more about crypto. I want to hear about it." I said, "No, what happens in the man cave stays in the man cave."
Don't be selfish. You have to share. But whatever. Back to you, C. Renee. Look, Julius, you won't give me what I want, so I'm going to go back to C. Renee.
And
no, seriously.
Same thing on our side. Can't come.
So the men cannot come to your side either.
Can't come. But the biggest difference from my perspective of the conference is we have customized agendas.
Okay.
So with the sociology professors, we have Prairie View University, we have Texas A&M, and we have Rice University. And those sociology professors, the study of the mind, who sometimes know us better than us, spends time with me looking at the agenda and what the various topics are. So we recommend when you arrive, you take this cute little survey with the little emoji faces and answer honestly about how you're feeling when you arrive after having a great week. And immediately when you hit send, you get a customized agenda, because we think that we know best what sessions we've prepared to meet your needs.
That right there, that's an experience. Okay, so I've used to plan conferences for years in my event marketing days. I've never Hey, come on.
I got that in the morning.
I
get
love
those in
that.
my morning meditation.
I love that.
Morning
Let me
meditation.
speak, honey, receive. Now, let's talk about who should attend. I naturally think, oh, husband, wife duo.
We
Absolutely.
have brothers, sisters. I think it's for everyone.
Everyone.
Learning how to deal in relationships with people, building good relationships, because you never know where that's going to take you.
But let's define everyone. So, me being in marketing,
Brother,
come on, there we go.
Father, sister, brother,
Uh-huh.
significant others, married, business partners,
Okay.
brothers, sisters,
I like that, business partners.
business
Oh,
partners.
I like that a lot because people don't realize when you go into business with someone, that legal document is pretty much like a marriage.
That's right.
It really
That's right.
is. It really
Oh.
is.
You got to have the right mindset too with the two people.
Yeah.
So
How
that
many
helps.
attendees you guys usually have?
On an average, since the very first one, we're proud to say we've pulled over 100, in between 100 to 200.
Oh,
in our
good.
baby
So it's
infancy
intimate.
stages.
Ah.
This one's going to be very intimate because of COVID.
Okay.
We thought about not having it, but want to just, everything is opening up so quickly. Typically, this event in Houston is in March.
Okay.
And then we've added Cleveland. We've got a list of cities that are requesting us to come. So
Wow,
we've been
okay.
adding a city each year. So the first year, Houston. Second year, Houston, Vegas.
Okay.
Third year, Houston, Vegas, Cleveland. And then we've got requests for Florida and Chicago.
Y'all are busy.
Yes.
Very
Okay,
busy.
now I have to ask you, I'm a foodie, okay? I told you I'm known as the food truck lady. What are we eating at the experience? I want to know what's on the menu.
Typically, we're at a school, but we're at a hotel. So
Okay.
we try to be healthy.
Okay.
So it will have some green
So
stuff.
this is mind, body, soul.
Mind,
Very
body,
good.
soul.
Okay,
Important
like that.
mind, body, soul. So
Very
it will
much so.
be, I'm having a hard time getting away from the bacon. You know, the
Oh,
bread. I'm working
really?
on that, but love breakfast.
I want. I was about to quote one of my favorite movies. I gotta feel it.
Why
though. I
not?
gotta
Let's
feel
hear it.
Pig make your feet swing. Anyway, no, don't say it. Don't. Anyway, okay.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
No, listen, we
But
all
healthy.
working on it. Yes, I love that though.
Trying to be healthy. The things we teach, we want to practice.
Absolutely. But guess what? It's a balance, right?
Yes,
So it
it
really
is.
is a balance.
It is a
so
balance. It all
we have to
takes
do what
balance.
works. What's the location this year?
This year is the Marriott West Chase
Okay.
on Westheimer in Briar Park. And then, of course, everything is there this year. We typically partner with college.
Okay.
So before COVID, we were going to be at HCC and partner with their entrepreneurship
Okay.
school, which they
Yeah.
have a very good
The
program.
one in off of Westheimer, Richmond area. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, West Chase area. Uh-huh.
The West Houston Institute.
Yes. Okay.
But they have not opened back for external events. So we're just going to host everything at the hotel. And the whole premise is to get people to disconnect from their life for 24 hours. Get through your week, check in the hotel at the afternoon, because if you go home, life happens.
I have a question though. When you said disconnect, so I know they have the survey when they walk in. Do you guys make people put their phones in a?
We ask them to.
Okay. Do they do it?
Some do. Some really, the way we market it, they show up and they're like, I'm ready to
disconnect.
I used to say, do you need some me time? That's usually my intro.
I love that.
And women, the minute you don't have to have a long conversation, it's like, this is about me time. This is your time. Tell everyone in the family for 24 hours, I am not available. I am focused on me. So when you get there, you disconnect. I try to encourage people, try to really structure this 24 hours where it's just you. And so my job is to figure out how I create that experience for 24 hours. So Friday is come in. It's not a hard program. It's drinks, food. And then since I'm in relationship management business, I want every single person to know every single person in the room.
That's me.
Because you don't know who that next.
Right, and you don't know how you can help them or how they can help you.
Absolutely.
It goes
Yes.
both ways.
Yeah.
So
And if I could chime in real quick on in 2020, we did not do the experience at all because we knew people were zoomed out and you really can't have
Yes.
me time for women, our time for men
Via
if
Zoom.
you're on a Zoom because there's too many distractions. So
we
you're not
chose.
really connected. We elected to wait until things opened up in 2021 to have our experience again in person as opposed to Zoom. Nothing against Zoom, but I think you would agree that most people are
Can't get
really
that
are
personal
burnt
touch.
out of that at this
I was
point.
gonna say I've been using Zoom for years because of
Yes.
clients in San Francisco here
Sure.
or there. I love Zoom for what it does, but last year, can I please just touch a human? Like, that's what I
When
need
we
with a
decided to
human.
move forward. When we set the date, things hadn't opened up, but we just figured the folks who've been consistent in reaching out, let's just all get together and
Yes.
see each other again in a safe environment. On Friday, we created a bingo game.
Oh, fun.
So after people have had some food and drinks, you don't really realize people are trying to get the gift, but in essence, I'm making you move around the room and learn something and learn something about every single person in the room. By the time you get to the actual event on Saturday, even if you come by yourself,
you know someone.
You know someone.
That's perfect. Now, I have a favor to ask. Okay, before we wrap up, I love line dances. I love line dances. So I know that women can't go to the Mancave, and men can't come to the women's experience. But at the very end of the night, if you guys ever need someone, come teach a little two-step. No, I'm just playing. I can't teach it, but I want to be one of the people that comes and attends.
Yes.
Definitely. Now, we do have music, and so folks hang in the room. I try to end no later than 8. So some people are like, I have husbands and boys at home and I haven't had a moment to myself. I'm going to my room. I brought some candles. I brought some wine. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Well, you know what? I have to thank you guys so much for coming into the studio today. I'm loving this experience, and I love that it is an experience because it sounds like one. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, we are going to be right back after this break.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $319 a month. The new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $399 a month. Both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase either and enjoy 1.9% APR for 60 months plus bonus cash. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter, Cadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back. Today's guests were really good. Like, to be very honest, I've planned a lot of conferences in my day, and I know this is not a conference, this is an experience, but that makes it even harder. And it just sounds like it's gonna be some fun. I'm going to be there, and I hope that you guys are there too, because no matter what stage you are in life, we definitely need to be doing some self-inflection, okay? So let's talk about this hamster wheel that I mentioned earlier. Have you ever, and be honest with yourself, have you ever felt like you were repeating the same cycles over and over and over, be it in your career, in your relationship, with your children, with your family, etc.? I think when things are in a pattern like that, we have to take a moment to say, okay, I'm the person, right? I am I can't even think of the mathematical term that I want to use right now. Oh, I'm the common denominator. I'm the common denominator on this hamster wheel, okay? I'm the common denominator in this relationship, with this job, with this business, with my children, etc. So what am I trying to be taught here? Like, what's the lesson that I need to learn? And it's very hard, guys. I know we joked about it. See, Renee and I joked about, looking in that mirror, and women, you have to, undress yourself. You have to take off the makeup, and you have to really look in the mirror and ask yourself, why is this your life experience? Like, why is it on recurrence? Especially if it's something that you don't want. Why am I recreating the same thing over and over? I promise you, if there are certain patterns in your life, there's probably a chance for you to look inside and say, 1, do I need to break this pattern? Or 2, is it time to do something different? Is it time, like I say, is it time to just get off this hamster wheel, put it to the side? I've ran enough. I am tired. I no longer want to do that. if that is you, that's perfectly okay. And this weekend's event sounds perfect. And like the guest said, this is perfect for husband, wife, significant others, brother and brother, sister and sister, mother and son. They have something for every single one, and they're making it an experience. So you're not just going to be sitting there listening, taking notes. You're going to actually have some fun experiences. In the marketing world, we call those activations. It means that you're doing something where you're active. It sounds really, really dope and really, really exciting. And again, I plan to be there. But again, do some self-assessment work. Look in the mirror, be honest with yourself. What is something that's happening in my life that's literally on a repeat? Like, I don't want to watch this show anymore. And I really don't want to be the starring actor in this show anymore. If that's happening to you, take a moment, see what it is that you need to do. So that was pretty deep, but hey, I promised you transparency and authenticity, and here we are. Nonetheless, I really want you guys to go to this event this weekend, like this experience, because I want to go. But nothing more. I love talking to you guys. And as always, if you have an inspiring story that you want to share, or if you have an event or an experience that's super, super, super dope, we want to hear about it. Make sure you email us at info@americanstartv.com, and always follow us on social, okay? E40 literally reposted the wine tasting that we did, so we're getting some big names out there. Nonetheless, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye-bye.